Yes. I was just thinking about that concept of molecular sized heavy metals. Yes. I had done some study on a high frequency. Really, it was a mineral pulverizer that people could use as a water filtration system. Yes. It's somewhat ingenious in that it would dissolve any of the mineral deposits or the salt deposits so that it would purify your water and you wouldn't get those pebbles in your water. Yeah. But then there's another substance that's often added to the water supply. Its generic name is fluoride. Yeah. But from what I had studied, it comes from potash, the leftovers of aluminum manufacturing. Yes. Could you get me the water districts in every city of the United States? Yeah. I'd just like to know, did anybody put something in the water supply under the auspices of saying, well, this chemical, right, cleans the water so that it doesn't have some sort of bacteria or viruses in it? Yes. And then of all the water systems, do any of them use high frequency pulverizing types of machines so that it decimates to the molecular level the actual mineral deposits? Now, let's say you put something in the water and it might be some sort of heavy metal or it might be something else that can transfer through the blood-brain barrier. Yes. Now, I've read lots of reports about fluoridation and its effect on the actual thoughts of those, but we're really concerned about, is it possible to use a little gravity in the hair? Yes. To attract the heavy metals in a person's body that could be on the underside of the skull so as to affect their thoughts. And then if you had a chip in you, oh, because they're real, okay, Sheriff? Oh. Just connecting it, yes, to the electric grid or to the Wi-Fi or the broadband or cell phone tower could be enough electricity in the human body to cause a concentration of all the heavy metals. So the person would be very responsive to electricity. Now, when you go through the water districts, yes, get me the actual manufacturers of any and all products that's being used in the water supply for the last 20 years. Yeah. I just want to know the employees because I know fish out of water. And they have a different digestive system. In fact, I was thinking as I was just using the restroom that for some reason my bladder keeps leaking when I have these new pants on. It makes me look like I'm peeing my pants. Did somebody take my bladder? Pooch. Thinking that, well, if I sew it into the individual, yes. And I could control what they say because they're in my Adam's apple, the voice box itself. Yes. And I was to introduce some substances so as to, well, say that I have control. Yeah. That those substances would be poisonous to human consumption, but to the family, that's the way they do things. Yes. Now, just get me the employees for the last 40 years. And the actual manufacturers, oh, look at this. It's a law dictionary. Ooh. I just wanted to make sure that if anybody's diligence expected from a person practicing in a particular field, especially in a circumstance like those at issue. Now, there's patent law. Yes, I wanted to patent a lot of my innovations. The speed and perseverance in perfecting an invention. Let's go through all the patents again and just see, did you get the idea from somebody else's mind and you had the money billionaire so as to manufacture it and then you patent it as if it were yourself, knowing that it was somebody else's thoughts that you were reading? Now, you would be surprised when you think about intellectual property. Yes. I had thought that somebody had the ability to know what I was saying. Yes. Seeing. Thinking. Yes. And if I had a skull cap because you put certain molecular sized heavy metal type of solution. Yes. In anything that I had eaten or drank so as to put me on grid. Oh, because you decided to put a chip in my groin. Oh, there's the possibility that most of my intellectual property happened to be on a supercomputer. Now, I made a lot of these videos, approximately 10 to 15,000 of them. Yes, because I thought somebody was reading my piss. Oh, my shit. So, and then when I found out my wife was milking me, I made sure that she did know every day, every thought that I was having. Now, sleeping on a couch? Yes. Yeah, what's the last thing I want? That's right. There won't be any milking me while sleeping at a really nice old lady's house. Which she's not that old. 70's not that old. But when I'm 48 and she's in her 70's, yes, there's too large of an age difference to be attracted to each other. Isn't that right? I know. I'm one of these that if you're not ovulating, I'm not interested. I know that.